Measuring for a half circle is really simple. What you're going to want is you're going to need a maximum width, okay, the width, and then you're going to need the height. The key is you want to make sure when you get your measurements that you don't go too wide or too tall. So here we're going to put the half circle on this piece of channeling right here. So we're going to measure to there. And if you measure to that edge right there and you deduct 1/8 of an inch, you're going to be safe. And just take it all the way over and do the same to there. Now when you do your height, okay, your height's going to be right here in the center, okay, so it's going to be the same thing right there in the center, and then it's going to go up right there to the top. So we're mounting on top of this channeling right here, okay, so this channeling with these little screws, that's where we're mounting. If you want to, you can mount on this outside piece. It makes no difference. The key is you just don't want to make it too tall or too wide. Now here's the half circle sitting on top of that channeling. See how it's got a little bit of a gap there on the right? Then we come over here and it's going to have a little bit of a gap there on the left, okay? So there's room to move it. So we didn't make it too tight. If you make it too tight, that's where you can get into trouble. And the same will apply here in the bottom. There's a little bit of a gap there. And then up top, you'll see a little bit of a gap there. So when you provide us with your height and your width, we know how to do this bend, okay? We know how to do this bend so that it follows the curvature of your window. And if you do it too high, so if you do the height too tight of a fit, that could mess with the bend, okay? So if it's too high, it could mess with it. So that's why you really don't need to go too tight with your height. I mean, you could even make your height measurement to right there, leaving a pretty sizable gap there, and you're still going to be safe. Or if you decide to mount it on the outside there, I mean, look at all that room that you have. So again, the key is just don't make it too tight. That's where you get into troubles with half circles. For your half circle solar screen, it'll always come with 4 color matched 3/4 inch long screws, okay? And for this one, I just put 3 in. 1, and then 2 up here, and then 3. But you know, your half circle is going to come with 4, so you could put all 4 of them in if you want. And because it's 3/4 inch, it won't go in very deep into the metal, which is definitely what you want. Now, something else to watch out for these half circles is this particular half circle, okay, see, it's definitely got this track here to screw to. Occasionally, you'll have half circles that look like it's got a track and it doesn't, and the glass goes, you know, like the glass goes to right about there, okay? You got to be, if you get into windows like that, you got to be really careful, because you can't shoot screws into this metal because you're going to go right into the glass. So you have to find another way to put that half circle on. Sometimes you can put a half circle, you know, put a half circle up to here, and then like use a flush clip or just shoot a screw right like this into the side right there, and just use a head of it to hold the screen up against the glass.